What did you see from your team when Radford came back without it?
Just competitiveness. We've been talking about kind of a warrior mentality and don't get so caught up on the score and results. Just choose energy. Choose to play fast, choose to play hard. But I think our guys always do a good job of respecting the opponent and respecting the game in itself. I mean, it's just not an easy game. You can look across the country at scores, and some people might be shocked by some of them. But I mean, this is baseball. I mean, there's as much parity in baseball as any sport out there. So just gotta go out there and compete, play hard, and it's not always going to go your way. But I always tell the kids I trust them, and they know that. You just sometimes got to get them to trust their own ability, not press or try too hard.
What's it say about your lineup when 7 of your 13 hits come from that 7, 8, 9 spot?
I think it's the key. I mean, it's the key to being a really good club or a special club. It can't always be McKay and Ellis. It needs to be other guys. And I guess we had our 8 and 9 hole hitters sitting up here tonight. It's that competition within the program. Guys really push each other. And helps them get better. It's the culture of being around really good players. I always tell people these are goal-oriented kids, and they got goals in the classroom, they got goals in the community, and they obviously have a lot of goals baseball-wise, whether it's individually trying to get ready for the next level, and of course they have goals as a team. So I think they really help each other. They feed off each other. They respect each other, and most important, I think they love each other. It's just it's enjoyable for me seeing how much fun they have with each other and how much they care about each other.
What went into the decision to get Snyder into the lineup?
We don't get many opportunities to have the extra DH. McKay, rightfully so, he hogs it up when he pitches or when he doesn't play first. Fitch takes that spot. When we've caught Pinkham. Maybe in that third game of a weekend series. So it seems like maybe one game a week where you'll have Fitch catching and McKay at first. We haven't had a ton of opportunities like that this year. And so, Levy was hot for a while, but then he was a little banged up going into the ACC tournament. So we knew he lost some game speed. That's why I tried to get him in at bat tonight. We've used Bomer and Wyatt, 2 big left-handed bats. But Jake's one of those guys that if you watch him take BP and you talk to our hitters, you understand this kid's going to hit. Kind of like a Taberry and an Ellis, and when they were younger hitters, you just felt like, man, these guys are going to hit one day. You just don't know exactly when, but Snyder's got one of those swings. I give his dad a lot of credit, man. Jake's grown up around the game. His dad's a phenomenal hitting coach, and you could tell. I think he's going to be a phenomenal college hitter. I've always felt that. So it's good to see him, have some success because, like he said, man, those kids work hard, and they all kind of feed off of each other. And like I said, they just got to trust. They just got to trust their ability.
Does McKay have the green light on the bases?
Not necessarily. We have several signs. We have steal signs. We have green light signs. But I do enjoy older players in the program. Learn how to steal bases. Learn how to get good jumps. I talk a lot about the Chris Dominguez's and the Dan Burtons and older players that would steal 20 bases in a season because they spent time in this program, and we take a lot of pride in running the bases and getting good jumps, and that was a situation there. We're just trying to protect Drew. Drew's having a great at-bat. We're not trying to steal McKay because we necessarily think he's going to steal the base. It's more, let's protect the batter in the box because he's fouling off balls. They're trying to get him to chase a breaking ball. It would be a shame if he hits into a double play and we don't score a run right there. So at that point, we just said, let's take a chance and put McKay in motion, and it worked out. I don't love seeing him head first slide in the bases. I mean, that's not my – I've told him you're not allowed to head first slide into home. I think I've told him you're not allowed to head first slide into other bases, but I guess he got away with it tonight.
Josh is hitting 400 since, or close to it since like May 5th or something like that. What is it with him lately that, I mean, he's obviously still hitting well all year, but lately he's been on a tear.
Yeah, you see it. Guys go in and out. Like he said, just not trying to do too much. You know, I hear Coach Snyder talk to him, you know, about letting the ball get to him, you know, get in his legs, don't jump out and go after it. You know, guys, you can always tell when they're trying to do too much and they're trying to go out to get the ball instead of letting the ball come to them and controlling that strike zone and their swing and it's fun. It's, you know, Josh to me is, I mean, that's like the blueprint of our program. I mean, I just think Josh is the face of what we've been doing for 10 years. That I think Jake Snyder and Tyler Fitzgerald and Levy and White and all those young hitters are going to be as good as Josh next year. It just takes time. It takes time to develop these kids and get them to believe and buy in and get that trust and confidence going. So, you know, anytime, I've been saying all year, you know, how happy I am that Josh has put it together and had a great year.
Dan, do you agree with Josh's assessment that it was good to have a game like this to open it up?
No, it's just part of it. I mean, you're not going to steamroll teams in the postseason. It's just, you know, when kids put their mind to it and they compete and give it all they got, it's anybody's game, you know. So the good thing was we just didn't panic. You know, the good thing was I'm sure there's always a little frustration, but I mean, just guys didn't panic. They lifted each other up. We've been talking about that a lot. Pick one another up, you know, and don't wait for somebody else to do it. We always say you do it, you know, you do it, and guys took that to heart, and you know, anytime they got close, we extended it there.
Was that part of why you left McClure to face Whitaker again?
Well, you know, it's game one. I know Coach Williams, the mindset is you got to get a quality start. You can't get a 5-inning start the first game of the regionals when you could play as many as 5 games. So you know, your pitching staff is counting on you, and we felt, you know, Cade had that one bad inning that he was going to bust through the door and get us to the 7th. He's 1 out away from getting us to the 7th. The hitter before him hits the chopper right over his head that even if Hairston catches it, I think the guy's safe. So it's just unfortunate. You know, their hottest hitter of the night, the guy who had 2 really good at-bats against Cade, was up in that situation. And, you know, like I say, sometimes just tip your hat and give that guy credit, man. He had a great game.
Yeah, what do you know about Oklahoma?
You know, well coached. I've known Pete for a long time. We played against each other in college, and we're both Northeast guys. Got a lot of respect for him. Good players, talented kids, tough kids. You know, I know we're facing a really good arm tomorrow, who's got a bright future. So it's going to be fun. I mean, it's a great challenge for us.
How about Sam Bordner's performance tonight? Came in and really shut them down, no hits, 6 strikeouts.
Sam's done that all year. You know, Sam's one of those guys. If you look at our stat sheet, you know, it's sometimes I've had to look at it and remind myself, wow, like the numbers are unbelievable. I mean, just an amazing year he's had. He's been so valuable in that, you know, kind of that bridge role, that setup role. We can use him in long relief. We can use him in short relief. He can close a game if we need him to. But, you know, I'm sure at that point we extend the lead. Coach Williams just, hey, let him ride it out. Let's save the bullpen. You know, we saved the lefties, and obviously we got Hensman fresh and ready to go, and Riley Thompson, other guys. So, you know, it ended up working out. You know, guys got to step up, and Sam did a great job tonight.
What's it like in the dugout when your assistant coach's son hits his first home run in postseason?
Yeah, you know, Coach Snyder is great. He you know, I mean, there's obviously unconditional love. It's your own kid, but he never, you know, he never plays daddy ball. He never tries to oversell his kid. He coaches him like all the other hitters, and but obviously, like I'm sure when it's your son, how happy. I'm sure there's times he's probably wanted to strangle him. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but as he wanting to, I'm sure at times he's so mad at him, just because how talented he is. But just to see him relax, and Levy's gone through that, Fitz has gone through that. We've seen freshmen go through that point where they just relax and they play. It's hard to sustain it as a freshman, but I'm really happy for them both, just because I know how hard they both work at it. And like I said, that's why I think Jake's going to be a great college hitter.
You had 3 late defensive plays, really, the throw from left field to keep the guy at third, the diving catch in center, and the ranging behind the bag at second. When you're making plays like that and playing clean, is that kind of an indicator as to how dialed in your guys are?
No doubt. For me, it's the most enjoyable. It's the most peace I find, and the most enjoyable when we play like that. Because we call it suffocate, strangle, don't let the other team score. And when you're making plays like that, it's just, it's next to impossible to score against us. And Man has played really well the last month, and when he's playing well, Hairston's reputation. We feel like we've got a phenomenal middle infield. Logan Taylor makes that diving catch, and it brings flashbacks to all the great catches we made last year in the postseason. And with Lyman, Summers, and Stores, we feel like we got 4 outfielders. Again, we feel we have the best outfield in the country, and so it's important for me, and it's important for those guys that's how you win. You're going to win on the mound. You're going to win playing great defense like that. Everybody wants to score runs and hit home runs and do all that, but this game's too tough. The pitchers are too good. There's going to be a low-scoring 1-run game. So we've had a few games like that, but I think more games like that this year than we've ever had. I've said it. I would have to say this is the best defense we've ever had here. We've had some good ones, but, man, I could argue that this collection of players is as talented, and they've at times shown that they're the best defense.
We're good?
Thanks, everyone.